Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowances made for the fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing nonprofit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair. All topics are for entertainment purposes only. None of the information presented in this video or by B-Girl TV should be taken as fact. Every situation is based on personal experience. Image Boutique is located in the Centro Comercial de los Pueblos Mall, located in Panama City, just 15 minutes away from Tocumen Airport. We specialize in hair care, wig extensions, and much more. Come visit us. Image Boutique is located in the Centro Comercial de los. Hi guys, welcome back to the B-Girl podcast by B-Girl TV. I see people are still coming in because you guys love to be late, okay? But let me know in the comment section before we even start if you guys can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Leave it in the comment section. I need to know if you guys can hear me. Okay, as usual, my loves, okay, I go through all the information that you guys are missing or that we need to fill you in on that you missed during the week, okay? So I'm going to go through all the information while you guys make your way into the live. Perfect. I'm glad that you guys can hear me. Okay, so the first thing that I want to discuss with you guys, well, not discuss, but to update you guys on while you guys are coming into the live. First things first, www.bgirltv.com is now live, guys. If you guys are interested in donating to the channel, there is now a button that you can simply press that says donate, okay? I'm actually going to show it to you guys because there's still people that's coming in. So because people are still coming in, we can do this. We're going to kill enough time while you guys are there coming in and make it. Oh, perfect. Jen can hear me loud and clear. All right. So I want to show you guys where you guys can donate because people are still emailing me and asking me where you guys can donate. Now, donations will be, this is specifically donating to the channel. Now, the donation that we're gonna do for the give back to the children in Colón is gonna be something separate, which I will have available on the website next week, okay? Next week. So this, I'm gonna show you the website and where you can donate. It's pretty simple, guys, literally. So this is the website. I also need you guys to join our mailing list. Joining our mailing list is absolutely free. There I can keep in contact with you guys and, you know, send you guys information regarding events that we'll be having or if you have any other questions. So basically, like, special announcement will be sent. So I would appreciate it if you made your way down to www.bgirltv.com and signed up for the mailing list. Here you can chat with me. This is the donate button. Push the donate button. It'll take you to this page where you can transfer amount of money that you donate, and it'll also give you all the information as to what are you donating for. Okay? So I hope that clears it up for anyone else that hasn't asked you guys asking. And another way you can donate also is by purchasing merch, okay? Oh my God, no, there's an echo. Wait, is it still an echo? Tell me if it's still an echo. Still? Why does this always happen? All right, let's try. How about now? Okay, perfect. So it must have been my my headphones. Okay. This is so crazy. Okay, so guys, I am going to introduce my guest, okay? So my guest that I'm bringing onto my channel, I'm super excited to have her on the channel because I love her personality. I love how she does her and she really doesn't care who has anything to say about it. So I'm gonna add her on stage. So welcome to the channel, okay? Her name is Sharon Simone. So guys,
Hello.
please give a warm welcome to Sharon.
Hello, you guys. How's everybody doing?
Okay, sorry. Okay, this is the sound that I needed, but my headphones was acting crazy. Okay.
The claps for me.
Okay, yes. Okay, guys. So, I want to tell you guys this funny story how I ended up finding Sharon, okay? Because, you know, I'm always scouting out talent Panamanian talent to interview on the channel, right? So one day I'm on YouTube and I'm scrolling down YouTube and she comes up on my YouTube video. Like, it was like a commercial. And the person that was on it, she was with, I think, I can't even pronounce his name. I think his name is Meyer, right?
Mayer.
And he is like an entrepreneur, influencer, a big deal here in Panama. And I'm like, who is this black girl, right? And she spoke English, and I'm like, okay, I need to look this girl up, right? So I went on Instagram, and I found her on Instagram. Then I found her on TikTok, and I realized that she had a huge following on TikTok, right? And she called herself La Guial del Uber, right? And I thought that was so funny. I was like, okay, I needed to find out more. I needed to find out who she was. I needed to find out more about her. So I'm going through her TikToks, and they are hilarious. The stories that she tells on TikTok is so freaking hilarious, guys. But I'm gonna not ramble on about her. I'm gonna introduce her and let her do the rest. So Sharon, go ahead and introduce yourself to the channel.
Hello, you guys. My name is Sharon. I'm 31 years old. I actually just turned 31 last Monday. And I call myself La Guial del Uber because basically it just came up to that. I drive Uber on like a side hustle beside my job. And so many crazy things started happening in the car. Well, every single day there's something crazy that happens. But I was like, you know something, I need to share this with the world. I don't know if it goes viral, if it goes viral, but I was just sharing with whoever was following me at the time that I was like, I had like 200 followers as much. And then people just started going like crazy over the stories. And out of nowhere, it just started to be like El del Uber because anytime that somebody got in the car, they will be like, "You're the guy, you're the girl from Uber, you're the girl from TikTok," and I'm like, "Yes, that's me." And it just ended up that way. And you know that, well, we're just trying to like start a brand on something, and Uber is nothing negative, so being like El del Uber seems just fine to me. And Layal is an idiom here in Panama, like
And
to say
in
like the
Jamaica.
girl.
And in Jamaica
as well.
too. All
Yeah,
right.
great. I didn't know that.
So first of all, she is from Bocas del Toro, right? And if you ever been on my channel and you hear me talking about it, you know how much I love Bocas, right? So
That's the best.
it is. I love Bocas. I love the beaches. I love the food. I love the people. If you come to Panama, you have to visit Bocas. Like Bocas is super. It's a whole vibe, right?
just
But what made
everything.
you, it is, what made you decide to leave Bocas and come to the city, first of all?
Well, when I left Bocas, I was only 17 years old. I was going to study. I came to Panama to study law, and I actually did get my law degree. I don't actually exercise my law degree right now, but I am like credential and everything to perform law here in Panama. I just took a different route 4 years ago, but I left to come to study. My intention was never going back. I did go back from time to time. My mom used to live over there, and I still have some family members, but the vast majority of my family lives over here in Panama and in the States. So it's like it just seemed fine to me that I had to move from Bocas to Panama. But I still love Bocas, and I'll represent forever. Like nobody can talk about Bocas in front of me.
What do you think the main, besides the beach life, what do you think one of the main differences is between Bocas and being here in the city?
Oh, the culture. Like in Bocas, everybody is just so homey. Like you may not be family, but it feels like family when you go into some like if you go to your neighbor's house and stuff like that. Me over here, I've lived in my suburb, let's put it that way, my barriada, for almost 6 years now. I don't even know my neighbor's name. But in
Yeah.
Bocas, I knew the whole block, and everybody. If I didn't know them, they knew who I was, and nobody messes with anyone. Everybody just had like a lookout for everyone, and it was more like a community more than just people living together. You know.
So one of the things that I really want to touch is about social media and people actually making a career on social media, right? I know in the States that's something that is normal, right? But here in Panama, this is something very different for most people, right? So me having Panamanian parents, they still don't really understand really the power of social media. I mean, now they're kind of getting understanding it, but they don't really know the power of social media, right? What has your experience been like when you tell your parents that you are a social media influencer? Because that's basically what you are.
Well, I only have my mom alive. My dad passed away a couple
I'm
years ago.
sorry.
No, it's okay. But when I first started getting into social media, I wanted to do YouTube because I've always lived like I will say in a different ahead of time. I will say I'm always ahead of time when it comes to Panama, and it, I started to do YouTube, but I was trying to find a niche, and I was like, but what is a niche? And I felt like a niche was basically me getting into one box. That's what
Right.
I found out after trying and fighting to find a niche. And I used to record my videos here in my own house, and I used to have like guest friends and stuff. But it never picked up. I only have like 120 subscribers in YouTube. And YouTube here in Panama is extremely difficult. You
Your
already
sound, your
like
sound went out a little bit. Your microphone.
my sound. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yeah, you
Okay.
good.
Yeah. So YouTube, I started it and I liked it, and I don't see not do. I can see myself doing it in the future, but not right now. I also was trying to like do some modeling or to be like I don't know, like some type of influencer on Instagram, and and it didn't work out either, because here in Panama there is a, how can I say it? There is a status quo that you need to meet in order to be accepted. Um, I don't go around being constantly oppressed because that's not how I was raised. I'm black and proud, and that's it. And it's not that I don't see color, but I wasn't raised with that barrier and that distinction. Like this people is white, you are black. But when it comes to social media here in Panama, it is marked, and you can see it that if you're black and fat, it's difficult for you. You could be fat, but if you're white, you're passing a little bit. But the white passing card here in Panama is what basically had me so like pulled back. So when I started TikTok, I was like, you know something, I'm just gonna do what I consider myself to be best at, which is talking. I was like, the best thing that I do is talk, and I find my friends that I do have a big circle of friends, and they're like, Negra, just talk. That's what you're good at. That's what we love about you. Just express yourself. You're very eloquent. You talk a lot. You're not rude. You're not disrespectful towards people, and you don't share hate in the world. So the only thing that you can do is just talk about your experiences. And I was like, you know something, I don't want to talk about my day job because it's not something that I want to bring a lot of people into it, because it's something that is private. Because that's the other thing, whenever you get into social media, you need to live some aspects of your life private.
Private,
And
right.
and I was like, okay, so I'm gonna leave some type of thing, some parts of my life private. My day job is private. My family is private. From time to time, you will see me share a picture with my nephews or with my mom, but it's not something that I will do all the time. So in TikTok, I just started talking about what was the main thing for me right now, which is with Uber. Because I drive Uber basically every single night after I get out of work. And stuff just started to be so crazy, and people just started sharing so much love that I was like, you know something, I'm just gonna focus on this app. I don't know if you, I stopped posting for like 6 months in a time in Instagram, when I was like the type of girl that I used to post like every other week, because I was into these accounts that were like, no, you need to bring up your views, you need to keep posting, you need to do this, you need to do the next, you need to use powerful hashtags, and I was like, it just sounds like a whole lot. Why can't we just
Be yourself.
be myself? And the only way and the only place that I found that box or that window for me to be myself, it was on TikTok. I literally do videos in a graphic tee with lipstick, because I always wear lipstick. I don't have a full face beat. From time to time I will do it. But with my braids, however they were at the time, if they're good, they're good. If they're well pulled up, they didn't even care. And I was like, this is what I needed. People to accept me the way who I am.
One of the things that I do notice with Instagram, right? I don't have a huge following on Instagram either, and I don't really focus really on Instagram as much. I just use Instagram just for whatever it is, but I don't really focus on Instagram. But one of the things that I do know, because I do have associates that are what is the word? They have a huge following on Instagram, right?
Hmm.
But they're broke.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a huge following, and I'm gonna repeat that again. They have a huge following on Instagram, but they are broke. And one of the problems that I find here in Panama is that people don't really care about the business aspect of it. They just care about popularity,
Exactly.
right? So they don't care if they have a business and they're using their social media platforms to, promote their businesses. They don't care. They just want the fame and the popularity.
And the numbers. That's all
And
what they care about.
right. How do you think that Panama has become a place, because I know other people, I had posted something like this in my stories, that basically like people only care about you if you have a blue check or the amount of followers that you have. If you don't have a certain amount of followers, or if you don't have that blue check next to you, then they view you as being a nobody. How do you
Exactly.
how do you agree with that, or from your experience, how do you feel?
Oh, that's a fact. That's a total fact that people only care about blue check marks and the amount of followers. But there's something that goes beyond having an amount of followers and a blue check mark. You need to have engagement. That's what a brand. If you're trying to be a content creator, and if a brand is gonna look at you, they don't wanna see your numbers, because there's people buying followers left and
Correct.
right now. There's people buying likes. There's people sending their publications to other people through DM, like we even care, so that we can give them likes on their publication. So I can't measure it that way. My account in Instagram has grown very, very organic, because I've been on Instagram for over 12 years now, and I only have 2,000 followers. And I can say genuinely that from those 2,000 followers, I at least know 1,600. So that's a good amount of people that I know out of my followers. I don't have fake followers. And the other people that have followed me is because they have seen me maybe in TV, or maybe they decided to follow me now with TikTok. But I'm not big on Instagram, and I don't care about it anymore, because engagement is what really talks for you in social media. If I upload a meme, to put it that way, I will get easily from 15 to 20 responses. That's a good engagement, because it's just a meme. I'm not even sharing a story. I'm not sharing like something for you to buy or anything like that. So if at least 15 to 20 people engage with me just with a meme. Imagine if I decided to share something about a product. That talks
Exactly.
millions more than people that have 10,000 followers and nobody engages with their account. Anybody can have followers now on Instagram. And the other thing with Instagram is that over the couple of years, it has started to be so curated that the authenticity and the originality has gone missing from it. And it's like if I don't upload a picture that is completely curated and with the Lightroom filter and this and the third, or if I don't remove all my blemishes from my skin or don't have any cellulite, then this picture is not gonna take any it's not gonna have an enough impact. No, what's supposed to have an impact is you being real, and that's
Uh
how I see it.
oh.
I think we lost.
No, I got you now. You came back. Mr. Camille, can you guys hear?
Mhm.
Because I don't know what's going on today. I don't know what's going on today with the sound. But Mr. Camille says buying followers. Yes, people do buy followers. Okay.
A lot.
They do buy followers. All right. One of the things, so how do other people see what you're doing as far as being a content creator on TikTok? Do they take you seriously or they just looking at it like, oh yeah, this is just another hobby for her?
Well, apparently they're taking it seriously, and I'm having an exposure to a different type of people. For example, the program that you found me with this guy, they they have their program. This is the third season actually, and they had another influencer. Well, I don't consider myself to be an influencer, but they had another content creator last season and then on the previous season as well. And then they saw me one day and they were like, she's going to be perfect for this. We're trying to do the carpool situation. And the way how she talks, the way she expresses herself, she also has the Spanish and the English that I want to like do a brief pause on that. I used to get a lot of backlash, but I still do, but I used to get a
Don't
lot of
wait.
backlash.
Don't even
But
go there because I'm
but
going to talk to you about that. I have a
okay,
question regarding
uh-huh.
that.
I'm gonna leave it to your question. But they were like, it's great that you can mix the two languages so naturally without it being a problem for you. And I'm like, because it's natural to me. I even think more in English than in Spanish from time to time because I'm working in English all day.
One of the things which I personally feel like you need to get more airtime because the reason why I even knew about that show was literally because of you. When you came across the screen, I'm not even lying to you. When you came, you can ask, I wish I could get my babysitter in here right now so she could tell you. When you came across the screen, I'm like, who is that girl? Oh, we gotta find that girl. I need her on my channel right now. Where is she? Who is she? And then I went on Instagram and then I clicked on your TikTok and I didn't give a rat's ass how much followers you had. It was literally your personality, like who you were. And then when I went to your TikTok, it was hilarious. Okay, your TikTok is so funny. I want to say
Thank
it's
you.
hilarious. But one of the things that I did notice from your TikTok is the amount of people that are pissed off because you speak English.
I didn't know being bilingual was an issue. I didn't know until TikTok, to be honest. But I did know because in YouTube, when I was doing my videos, that only my friends used to see them, but not. I can say like 50% of my friends talk English, and the other ones they may understand, but they're not fluent like I am, right? Like this. And they would be like, "But Nera, you can do that." Well, I'm gonna say it in Spanish real quick, but then I'll do it in English again. Pero la Nera, pero tienes que hacer los videos en español. Si lo haces en español y en inglés, la gente no te va a entender. And what they said was like, "Girl, you need to do your videos in Spanish only because if you do it in Spanish and English, people are not gonna understand you." And I was like, "Why am I supposed to minimize myself? Because that's minimizing myself. You're telling me that I'm supposed to stop talking two languages, which that's an awesome skill, and nobody's gonna take that away from me, just because you guys want to feel comfortable by listening to my videos. I know I know there's a market for me. I know there's gonna be a public for this, and that's the beauty of TikTok. There's a lot of people pissed that I speak in English and Spanish, but there's a whole lot of people that love it and that go crazy over it because they're like, finally somebody is like exposing themselves. Like, yes, We're here in Panama. It's a Spanish speaking country, but we speak English as well. Deal with it.
Yeah, the comments, some of the comments that I've seen because you were speaking English were pretty disgusting. They were very disrespectful, to say the least, extremely disrespectful. And to me, it was just like it came from people who did not understand and was upset
I
because they
don't.
could not understand. Even with me, with my platform, I speak in only English, right? I may
And I
say
love it.
one or two things in Spanish, but my audience are people that speak English. So every now and then, I would have people that are from Panama that come here and they come on my channel and say, "Ah, no, tú tienes que hablar español." And I'm like, "No, you can just clip the subtitles." The same way when you watch Netflix and you got the translator on the bottom is the same thing that the beauty of YouTube is. Now you can just click a little button and it'll translate it to whatever language you want. But sometimes I feel like there's a sense of entitlement with certain people, especially people who aren't bilingual, which I understand they want to understand, but to come on someone else's platform and tell them what they should be doing because you don't understand it, to me is ridiculous. So, go ahead.
And I will understand if I was doing it for spite, but I'm not doing it for spite. I literally talk that way to everyone. And there was a time that this is a funny anecdote that my mom usually tells me, like, whenever you start speaking in English, it's because you're trying to be sarcastic. And I'm like, no, I'm not trying to be sarcastic. That's just how I talk. I'm literally mixing both languages at the same time. And it's within the same sentence. It's not like, because there's people that are bilingual and they will think about the word in English that they want to use.
Yes,
That's
yes.
not the case with me. I'm literally talking in English and Spanish and keeping the same conversation without no issue. And I find it completely normal. I
You
know it
speak
may not be
Spanglish.
normal.
You speak
Exactly.
Spanglish. And people in Boca speak that way because and the funny thing in Bocas is that when they speak English, they speak almost patois, right? So,
I speak Wari Wari as well, but I only
yeah,
do it with Bocas people. Bocas that because I'm not gonna do that with somebody that's not gonna understand me or they're not gonna respond me the same way back. It makes no sense to me.
but why do they call it wadi wadi and not patois?
Now, patois, to be honest, I don't even know. I don't know why they call it Wari Wari. I've always heard that they call it Wari Wari. I know that Wari Wari mainly is because the people that couldn't understand, they were like, they're talking like Wari Wari Wari, like that. But that's the joke around it. But it is fine. It's still English. You can literally go to the Supreme Court in the United States talking patois, and they will understand you. It's like this. I don't know. I wanna bring this up. Milka Enriquez, she's like an influencer that she went to another country to study English. And this day, she just got a big deal with a modeling agency, and she made a video in English thanking them for the opportunity. The English was messed up. It was terrible. We gotta accept it. Facts are facts. But you could understand what she was trying to say, and that's the thing with languages. As I bring my point across, and as long as you can understand where I was coming from and what I was trying to express, then I speak the language.
Right.
I don't have to have native pronunciation for you to understand me. But if I put my point across, that's okay. And that's the thing with people that they don't. How can I say? They don't put themselves out there to speak the language. Hey, practice is what brings the perfection in some things.
So you feel that they don't? Is it that because they feel like because they're in Panama they don't have to speak English, or is it because they feel, or more so because they're ashamed?
They're ashamed of their pronunciation because this is the oldest excuse in the book. Oh, I understand it, but I don't talk it that well. If you understand it and you can write it, then you can talk it. It's just that you're afraid and you're a coward and you're not trying to talk the language because you feel like nobody's gonna understand you. Hey, just go out there, just say it. You will be surprised how when you go to Amsterdam in an airport and you go with your broken English, they're gonna still understand where you're coming from and what is that you need. Because water is water anywhere in the world, if that's what you're
Right.
looking for.
I think it's more so because you can find, I'm not going to say only here in Panama, but people can be very critical and judgmental for no reason. Because I remember my Spanish is not perfect, but you're gonna understand what I'm saying, right? Because
Yes.
obviously, my parents is from Cologne, and they spoke English with an accent. And I always let my followers know my grandmother, she was Panamanian too, but she never spoke Spanish a day in her life, right? And they themselves will look at me, or if I don't say something right, not now, but before, because my Spanish has improved drastically for being here for so long, they
How
would
long have you been
criticize.
here?
8 years.
8 years. Wow.
Yeah. They would criticize, esa muchacha no sabe hablar español. And I used to be like, entonces somos igual porque usted no sabe hablar inglés, so we're the same, right? And so I
Period.
think that's the reason why they don't, it's the people that would criticize someone else that would have that mentality, because if you go with a pure heart and you don't have any malice intentions behind anyone, or you wouldn't think that. Because in my mind, I'm not thinking that you're going to say, oh, this person's Spanish is bad or this person's English is bad, because that's not where my mind is at. But if you have a bad intention genuinely and you are automatically going to criticize someone, that's why your insecurity is going to show. So it just shows that people just project their own insecurities onto other
Exactly.
people. That's pretty much what it is. But I wanted to find out, how did you come across Mayor? How did you guys meet up? Like, how did that happen? Because
Well,
I'm not, I don't know him, but just by seeing him on Instagram, he seems like he's part of the elites, right? So because they're part of the elite, this is just me looking on the outside, looking in. I don't know him, so let me just put that out there, disclaimer, okay? Because people will try to take this and turn it into something else, right? So
exactly.
on the outside looking in, he seems like he's part of the elite club, and so he wouldn't really just mix with any and anybody unless you have a certain stature, to say the least. So how did you end up working with him?
Okay, so the show is about some like Jewish guys that they have money and they're trying to help out the community by helping the entrepreneurs, because here in Panama, being an entrepreneur before pandemic, it was okay, like, okay, you open a business, maybe we will support you or not. But after the pandemic or during the pandemic, so many people lost their jobs that people had to actually move and start looking for the dollar anywhere and searching for the coins, basically. So Mayor, he is from the elite because he is in fact a guy that has a lot of money, and that he is, as you can call it here in Panama, a yeyecito. But he is very opinionated. So with him is either you love him or you hate him, or you're in between. In my case, I was in between because I didn't used to. I gotta confess here, I didn't used to follow him because that's the thing. I don't. I follow more like bloggers about style, hair, things that I want to see. I'm not following Panamanian culture or bochinche or none of that, because I literally have no time for that. I have two jobs. But I came across with him because he's part of the panel of the inversionists. But he's not the one that discovered me. The one that discovered me, he's called Simon Sevede. And he and his the creative director of the show, one day he texts me like, "Hey Sharon, I saw you on TikTok and I want to see if I can give you a call. I'm very interested in you, for you to be in the next chapters of the new season. Do you know what the show about?" I had to be honest with him. I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about." It could have been a scam, but he's like, "Let's talk tomorrow. Meanwhile, look at this page and tell me what you think about it." So the next day he calls me and I was like, "Yeah, it's nice. What do you guys want me to do?" I never expect them for them to want me to be the host, because me thinking like, okay, how many black hostess are there in Panama that are not about a dancehall show or about something that is in the Caribbean or something that is mainly about black people? I
One.
didn't think that exactly.
Natalie. It's Natalie.
And they don't even have her as the main one, even though she's the one back in that show. No shade. The thing is that I was like, okay, it's fine by me. Then he calls me and he's like, well, this is gonna be we want you to do this, and the third. And I was like ecstatic. I was like, what? You guys want me as an host? I literally just do videos on TikTok, sitting in my car, talking, ranting to my camera. I go off if I'm mad. I laugh if it's funny. I literally be sad if it's something that got me very aggravated or something like that. And they're like, "No, man, you're cool. Your personality is everything. Is top notch." And I'm like, "Okay, great." Then comes the day of the recording, and that's the first day that in my life that I saw Mayor, and I actually like completely platonic. I fell in love with him because he's so nice and he's so down to earth. And I'm like, and I even told him like, what you portray in your social media is not even the half of what you really are. Like, if people could see this side of you, your following will be even bigger of what it is. And he's like, I'm not trying to be famous. That's literally what he says, and that's when I was like, you know something, this guy he's what it is. He's the real deal. Because if he would have told me like, yeah, but I'm famous already, no, he's literally just told me I'm not trying to be famous, and he's doing and he's giving back to the community without no interest.
So the show, for those of you who are in the States, because my followers are mostly from the States, the show is
Imagine.
kind of like Shark Tank, right? So if you guys watch Shark Tank, because I only watched like one episode, and it was the episode that you were in, honestly speaking, right?
I was supposed to be in other episodes, but I think because of time and the editing, and it's not about me. The show is about the entrepreneurs and the inversionists. They decided to, well, they have cut most of my parts, but it's okay. I'm still there. Period. So,
Right.
but
You were the only one. Like I said, I literally only watched the episode that you were in, right? And so from what I got from the show was there are entrepreneurs who go on that go to the show, and then they are trying to expand their businesses. And so it's basically exactly like Shark Tank. They go to the investors, tell them, the plan for their business, why they want the money, what they're going to use the money for, and then I think it's 3 or 4 people, they decide whether or not they're going to give them the money to invest. So it's basically a Shark Tank, but it's not called Shark Tank. That's basically what the show is about, right?
exactly, and basically it's even it has one more difference between Shark Tank because at least for what I know about Shark Tank is that you have to come up with something new, something that is completely that is new that nobody has done before, or that if you're doing it, it has to be completely revolutionary that nobody have seen it before. But here in Panama, we're not reinventing the wheel. If you want to sell burgers, but give me something unique about your burgers. Give me something that is gonna scream that, okay, this is something new that I'm bringing to the table. And that's the show. At least in the comments section in the last two episodes, there have been a lot of backlash about the same people like commenting because they're like, no, but you guys are not investing on this and the third. I'm like, in the formulary that you fill out, they tell you that it has to be a business that is already ongoing. It has to be something that, yes, it may not be revolutionary, but if you're looking for me, that I have so much exposure, it has to be something new. Even if you're selling me eggs, but sell me the eggs a different way. That's when they will invest. And that's what people are not getting. Like, there's people like, okay, so I sell honey. What's so special about your honey that we're supposed to give you $20,000 just for honey? If honey is as old as a rock, and people are getting mad over that. But it's like they don't read.
No, I don't think that it's not the fact that they don't read. I think that as advanced as Panama should be, because we're in Latin America and there's a lot of infrastructures. Like, people get mad at me because I said that this is a third world country, right? They got very upset and was like, let me tell you, girl, they came for me and told me that that I am what's the word that I forgot. It was like a very rude word. Once I remember it, I'll bring it back. But they came for me and told me that I am disrespectful, that Panama is not a third world country, that because of the infrastructures, it makes it a developing country, a whole bunch of nonsense. But
you can have infrastructure, but can you get to the infrastructure? Have they seen the streets?
Okay, exactly.
I
love Panama. I love Panama very much, but there are things that obviously it's not perfect, and you have to call these things out to the forefront. But for some reason, people don't like to hear the truth. They like to hear the Cinderella version of whatever things are, right?
They don't manage
Um,
the terminology.
right,
We're not
exactly.
saying that Panama is we're not saying that Panama is like completely in the past. No, but it is a fact that we are a third world country.
Right. So I think with that, a lot of people they don't want change, right? They can't accept where the world is going. They can't accept the new thing. Like I'll give you an example, right? So I have a 12-year-old son, and my son goes to a school that is a school for math and technology, right? So one of the parents got upset because she said that her daughter goes on the computer or on her cell phone and finds the information that she needs, right? And so I didn't go to the meeting. My dad was at the meeting, and he said, because I just had a baby, so I couldn't go to the meeting, right? And so my dad was like, we're moving in modern times. Like it's not when we were young, when we had to go to the library, the biblioteca, to go look up the words or go look up things. We're moving in tech. We're moving forward. Like this is not those times anymore. So I think a lot of people still have that mentality where they can't grasp the fact that we have to keep up. Okay, if
We're
you want to be
evolving.
able, exactly, if you want to keep up with other nations and you don't want Panama to continue to be this third world country, then you have to start innovating. Okay, innovation is what's going to help us or help the country in a whole to move forward. So that's why I asked you, how do your parents or your friend, not even your friends, like the people, the older people in your family view what you're doing? Because I'm sorry to say, the older generation can be very, very judgmental.
Oof. They don't see it as a real job.
Exactly.
They don't see it as something that is going to pay the bills. They don't see it as something that has a future. They see it much more as a hobby. And if you put too much time into it, they consider it for you to be losing your time or wasting your time more than anything. Because due to the fact that they're not growing up with it, they are being put into social media because well that they have smartphones because those are the only phones that they can have now, but they're not understanding what social media really entails. They don't know the amount of money that it's moving in this. They don't know the amount of effort that a content creator puts behind everything that they do in order to have what they have and have what they get, the endorsement, the deals. It's a lot. But if they did not grow up with that, they only grew up with, oh, you see the actress in the screen, you see the actress in the soap operas, and that's what they knew for fame. But now you don't really have to be in a movie or in a sitcom or in anything for you to be a, somebody that is renowned.
Now, I want to take it back to your TikTok, right? You always talk about some crazy stories that happen in your Uber, things that happened in the back seat while you were driving. Trust me, I was looking at the videos, some of the videos, and I was like cracking up, like, wow, people really go into Ubers and do this. Like, they don't respect, like, this is someone's car. All right?
Thank you. To be honest, I honestly think that all these people they really think that they bought the car and they just have a driver on it, or that this car belongs to the universe. That this person is just driving the car and the car belongs to the universe, and they don't think that me driving it, I'm the owner of this vehicle. I maintain this car, and for you to be doing all of this is like, what is going on? But people do crazy stuff, and I didn't even start doing like I have a story that I haven't told on TikTok because it was one of like it happened on the first month that I started driving Uber. I'm gonna give a big girl exclusive over here.
Okay. You
Okay.
know, we love exclusive girls. Bring it on, girl. Tell me. Mm-hmm.
So I was at a party of my one of my best friends, his birthday, and it was just a dinner. And I was like, you know, something I'm gonna drive because it was something really low key, very relaxed, no drinks involved. So I was like, you know, something I can go ahead and drive for a couple hours. And it was the weekend, and the weekend is when I make the most money in Uber. So I got my first ride, and it was all the way to the Causeway. I was around Albert, and I got well, if they don't know, but it was close by, and I went to the Causeway around where Pencas is, and apparently there is a discotheque there. I didn't know, or a bar, whatever it was. And
In
there's two girls
Pencas or
in
around
Pencas, yes,
Penca? Wow, I didn't know
beside
that.
Pencas, like where right where the bicycle renting stuff is,
Yeah.
right there. Well, there comes a girl with a glass of sangria, and I was like, I scroll down the window and I'll tell her you either need to drink it or you need to put it in another glass or you can give it to me. Me being extremely naive, thinking that all these people that I used to put in my car that they're my friends and that is not they're not my friends. I'm giving them a service, but it's still my car and I need to take care of my own investment, right? But at the
Right.
beginning I was like, no, I was trying to be so complacent and help them and this and the third less than 100 meters. She got in the car. She was like, "No, no, no, it's not. Nothing is gonna happen. I'm not that drunk. Not that drunk. She was extremely drunk. She was gone. She was wasted, way past drunk. And the friend, she was okay. But the thing is that the one that was drunk, she was crying over a guy because apparently she moved from Bocas. Actually, that's what got me more pissed. Because I was like, "You're from Bocas. You're 28 years old, and you don't know how to drink. You're a disgrace to Boca del Toro."
Uh huh.
And she was like, "No, less than 100 meters, she spills all the drink in the backseat of my car, and it was my first ride of the night. What happens if my chairs get wet? I can't drive anymore. So, and she was like, "No, but we're gonna pay you the rest of the rest of the ride." I'm like, "This is not the point. For all this, I would have taken you guys for free if I could go ahead and make the rest of my money. You guys
Exactly.
ended my night." I was extremely pissed. The thing is that I told her, "Get out. Let me clean this." Like, I was still gonna take them because it was two girls, middle of the night, close to Chorrillo. Hey, I'm still a fellow girl, you know. I'm not gonna leave them stranded that way.
Right.
She, the drunk one, she gets mad. She gets aggravated. She's like, "No, why why are you like this? Why did you treat me this way?" And she starts like hitchhiking from random cars. A guy stops and he's gonna take her, but he looks extremely shady that he could have killed her, and she wouldn't have known because she was so drunk. And then the friend's like, "No, it was a whole show." Meanwhile, I'm living all this over here with a wipe, trying to clean my trying to clean my car. The thing is that I told her like, "Get in the car. I'm taking you guys home." It was right around the corner. And she's like, "No, I'm not getting in that car anymore." It was a whole mess. And I cried all my way to the car wash because I needed to get that stain out the car. And I started calling one of my best friends. She's like, "Sharon, the thing is that these are not your friends. You need to understand
It's
that this
business.
is business." And me that I have never like I've never had like a business of my own or anything like that. I didn't know that I was putting myself out there for people to treat me this way. And it was heavy. I think I haven't really say that story because it really got to me that people would just don't care what they're doing in your car. Little
Oh,
did I
they don't
know
care. They don't
they
care.
don't care. Little did I know that worse things were yet to come. And I was like, you know something, I'm sharing this. I'm not gonna stay with it again, like how I did with the story about the sangria. And it blew up.
Really? But okay. I'm sorry. I'm like stuttering right now. I don't know why I'm stuttering right now. Okay, so I'm going to go to your TikTok, right? I'm going to your
Mm.
TikTok.
You
And
so
by the
much,
way, guys,
sorry.
if you have TikTok, you can follow her on Sharon Simone is basically her name that's on the screen. You can follow her on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
So there was a story that you, let me see if I can find it. Um, I don't know which one it is. There was a story about some guys, I think it was two guys making out in the back of your car. Was it two guys?
The fingering story.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I pick up these people in Furia. Furia is one of these new joints that is like the hottest place for the AFcitos to go. And it was three of them actually. One
Sorry.
one was completely drunk, and then well, the three of them were drunk, but one was like so gone that he passed out as soon as the car started riding, which was perfectly fine for me as long as I could get him to the place where he was going. I found out about the guy fingering the girl in my car because he thought that he was so nice and not nice, but so clever of him to be doing that in my car that he confessed it to me. When I'm driving, I'm looking at the street. I have people kids in the back of my car, I'm a responsible driver. I'm not looking at what you're doing in the back because I'm trusting that you're behaving because this is another person's car. He's like, hey, so were you looking at the back? Did you hear anything? I'm like, you guys didn't stop talk throughout the whole way. Of course, I listened to everything, but I was not looking. He's like, no, but we couldn't stop talking because I was fingering her, and I literally I stomp on the brakes, and I'm like, did you really do that in my car, my brand new car? Because my car had like 4 months at the time. That's brand new for me, okay? And he's like, but nothing really happened. I'm like, nothing really happened. You just fingered a random ass girl in my car.
What the? Oh my god. What? So after that happened, like, what did you like? Did you like? Because I know Uber,
I
you can rate
I
the person. Did you?
I cursed him out. I cursed him out, and he was like, "But I'm gonna give you a good tip," and I'm like, "You better give me a good tip." I never ask for tips whenever I get anyone in the car, because why would I? If you want to give me something, it's welcomed, but I'm not gonna tell you like, "Hey, but give me a tip," because either way, you're still paying for your ride, you're paying for the service, but
Correct.
they should give tips. It's like a food, but well, hey, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna give you a good tip." When I go to see the tip, at that moment, being that I only had like 2 to 3 months driving Uber, a $5 tip for me sounded like a lot because people give 50 cents tip, $1. Yeah,
Really?
yeah, yes.
But not for nothing. I don't think tipping is really a Panamanian thing. Honestly
It's
speaking,
not.
it's not.
People pay the 10% whenever there's food out of shame of telling the waiter that's looking at your face like, "Are you gonna include the service?" But if we had the option of not paying it, and I'm including myself, there's situations that I wouldn't want to pay the tip either because here in Panama they don't really
You could say it because I
out with
already told
customer
them.
service. Yeah. Okay, like the customer service over here is terrible. It's bad. If
See,
you
I'm
meet up with
glad.
a Colombian or with a Venezuelan, maybe you will get somebody that you will feel to give the tip. But if it's a Panamanian tending to you in a restaurant, you don't want to give them nothing. They make you wait for everything. And I love Panama. Nobody can come for Panama, but facts are facts.
When I said that, they cursed me out too.
I mean,
Yeah.
people are so sensitive lately. Like,
No, you can't. You can't say anything. If you say anything, they will come for your neck. They will come for you. Okay,
and
they will come.
I will gather them right back. I will
They
kill
will
you.
come for. They. Anytime I'm like, oh my god, Panama has bad customer service. They like, well, then why don't you just leave then? I'm like, because I love it here, but the customer service is still bad. Like everybody knows. Atención al cliente en Panama, it's horrible. All
It's
right,
terrible
so
anywhere that you go.
yeah, it is, unfortunately. So now that you are this big influencer, because you are, and you still drive Uber, do you feel like sometimes it can get a little weird with people recognizing you? Like, how do you handle that?
I mean, it's fun because I usually drive in the nights. So there's a moment that I'm like low on energy, to be honest, and I'm feeling like tired, and I just want to give up on driving the amount of hours that I should. And if somebody gets in the car and they recognize me, it gives me a boost of energy because they're so hyped
Really?
that everybody has encounter with me in the car, and that they are like they're so happy that I am their Uber driver. And there's moments that I have like arrived at a place to search for someone, and I scroll down the window and I'm like, "Are you this person?" And they're like, "No, but I wanted you to be my driver," because they recognize me even from the other, like just from the street and everything. I go to places. I can't go anywhere. In these days, I went to Little Caesar and I went to the drive-through, and the lady like, "Oh my God, it's you, the girl from TikTok." And I'm like, well, apparently I can't do anything in this country anymore because I'm being recognized, and
Yeah, you got to be
it
careful
gives me
also.
yes. It gives me a boost of energy. For now, I haven't had any like weird situations, but I do know that there is bad people, and hopefully, I don't encounter any weird situations. But everything has been great. Once somebody asked me in a live that I was doing on TikTok, because I do lives on TikToks as well. from time to time. Like once a week, I try to do one live, and they ask me like, but nobody has like hit on you or try to flirt with you. I'm like, no, I don't give opportunities to none of that. I'm literally just talking or driving. That's it. And I only talk if you talk back to me because I know that there's people that enjoy their privacy as well.
Now that you're talking about dating, because I was waiting to get into this subject, okay? I was waiting to get into this topic. But before we go into that, let me see. Jen Williams says tipping isn't part of Panamanian culture. It isn't. It is not.
It is not.
It's horrible. And then Mr. Camille said he did what? Get a vomit bag ASAP. Yeah, people are wild in these Uber streets, okay? I am said, what has been your most scary experience as an Uber driver? As an Uber driver,
I had a lady jump out of the car because she thought that I was gonna like um kidnap her and steal from her. You must know who this person is, okay? Because nobody understood who I was talking about. You know Giris, the from Johnson Salon.
yes,
Okay, so Giris has her salon in Don Bosco, and her son, he's a baby. He's like 13 or
yeah,
14, I think,
yes,
at most. But
yes,
he's tall and he's black, and he had a black hoodie. And I got the girl at La Metro from Don Bosco, and she comes and she's like, "Can you scroll down the windows? I want to go with the windows down." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm not saying that Don Bosco is the ghetto, but it's not the best place to be driving around with your windows down at 10 p.m. in the night. Anything can
right,
happen."
right,
Yo, the thing is that she's like, but I was like, well, al cliente lo que el cliente quiera. So I put down the windows, I scrolled down the windows, and when the address that Uber was giving me, it was to go straight down the whole Plaza Tocumen and then to go left. But she wanted me to go right, and like right when you pass the first like placita that there's right there. And I'm like, where is this girl taking me? She was being extremely sketchy, very, very weird. The thing is that I was like, well, let me give that. Still, without no malice at all in myself, I was gonna go ahead and turn around and go into whatever setup she had for me because apparently she was very, very sketchy. Yeah, super scary. The thing is that when given the like I'm doing the U-turn, I see Gidi's in front of me with her son, and I have this windows down. I have to say hi. I know her. It's not that it's not that I'm gonna be literally looking at her like this, and I'm not
and just
gonna
keep
say hi.
passing.
Exactly. It's gonna be like what, and I just said hola Giris. That's it. I didn't engage. I was like hola mana, nothing like that. I was like hola Giris, and that's it. This girl, she starts acting extremely crazy. And she started like, open the door. You're trying to kidnap me. I'm a police. This and this. And I was like, what? I literally just jumped on the brake and I was like, what is going on? I'm like, lady, what is wrong with you? And she jumped out of the car in movement. She left a whole lot of things in the back seat of the car. She threw a couple things out of the window and she ran. She ran for her life. And I'm like, what is going on? It got police involved and everything, and it was you can if you want to see the whole story, it's in my TikTok. You
But
go
wait a
and
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Was she white?
no, that's the worst part. She was black, and she left a cedula, an identification card in the car, and when I brought her to the police, she tried to claim that that was her. I literally told her, "You're black just like me. That's not your hair. That is not you. This is a white person, and you're black. You're wearing a wig right now." And she was like, "What?"
No, she had to
Yeah,
be crazy.
I had to clack her wig. I had to clack her wig immediately because she was like, "Not you telling me that this is not me." I'm like, and I will sustain
Wait,
it.
wait, 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 wait. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Let me. I
I don't
just.
think she was high.
She said, hold on, hold on. Shh. This black lady had a soda of a white woman in the car
Yes,
and said that was
and
her.
yes, and she had like a lot of things that she basically stole from this other girl. So she used my
What?
car as an escape car from a robbery.
Oh my god!
I'm telling you, crazy stuff, crazy things be happening in Uber.
But wait a second. With Uber, Jen Williams said that is mad funny. But with Uber, the person's information comes up, no? Was it her
No,
information or was the white lady's
no, and
information?
I'm like, in the name in the Uber, it was Wendy, and in the name in the card, it's like it was a Catherine Rodriguez. I'm like, you're not Catherine Rodriguez. You're not Catherine. You're not no Catherine Rodriguez. This is not you. She did not look like the person in the cellular. And you know what's the worst part? The police, because they were not trying to do all the paperwork. Because that, I'm gonna clock it as it is. They were not trying to get into all of that. They were like, "Lady, if you say this is yours, this is yours. We're not getting into this. Let Catherine Rodriguez put her own thing, and if she wants it, then we will tell them that okay, we had this case over here." But they were not trying to deal with it, and they were like, "Are you gonna press charges, ma'am?" I'm like, "I'm not pressing charges, but I'm reporting her as to Uber so they can cancel her account for good."
So Mr. Camille says, Sharon, you playing.
I'm not. I swear on God. You know what's the worst? That what the most funny part about my worst stories is that I can't lie. I'm a terrible liar, and all my stories are true because it is what it is. I can't make this up. I wish I could make it up. Did I get cut? Oh.
That is crazy. And then after that, what she did, she just went home normalmente, como si nada, just walking
Like
home.
she arrived at the police station because they found her hiding in one of the apartments down in Don Bosco when you go down there, and the police had to take her out the condominiums because they were like, "Who is this lady?" And they brought her in the police car. Meanwhile, I was reporting all the evidence of the stuff that she left in my car. And it was the craziest stuff that she left. She left a gallon of water. She left a swimming suit, like the one that the divers use. She left um a bag of stuff that she bought in Madison. There were like two flip flops, extremely ugly, but two flip flops. And she left like candy, and she left the Tyrone. What are you doing here? She left. I know him. And she left the driver's license. No, not the driver's license. The cellular from Catherine, and the work badge. And Catherine used to work in the government. I don't know. So Catherine on Monday had an issue getting into her job. Just because of this girl.
What?
It's
What in the?
crazy.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I didn't drive like for a week after that because I was scared, to be honest. Because
But
and that was for just to give a little bit more background. I don't know if you remember there was a time that they were like kidnapping a whole lot of girls here in Panama. That was around that time. So she
they
was
still
either
are.
paranoid or she was trying to hitchhike, like piggyback on that situation of like, oh, you were trying to kidnap me. I was like, you have nothing for me to steal from you, literally.
Now that you are almost TikTok famous, are you planning to stop doing Uber anytime soon?
Not really, because I'm basically TikTok famous because of Uber. I don't want to, well, because of me, my personality, and the way how I talk and whatever, whatever. But I will upload whatever. I will upload whatsoever to TikTok. And if it's not an Uber story, it doesn't go viral. And it's not that I'm doing it because I want to go viral, but it's what my public wants. And you got to read the room. And if they want Uber stories and I need the money, nobody's paying me yet. I don't have another job. I'm not gonna start doing I'm not gonna stop driving Uber. Not for now.
Do you think the opportunities are less in Panama for influencers than it is outside?
Oh, for sure. In Panama, you need to either have a six pack or have a connection, which I have none of them. I don't have none of those two things. Or you need to know the cousin of the other cousin of the other cousin from that other uncle that knows this other person over here so that you can get an opportunity. Or basically, you just need to be a skinny white girl with money so that you can get the opportunity of being the face of a brand or something like that. And I have none of that. So I stay in my lane. And it is hard, but it is not impossible.
I think that me personally, I think that your personality and just the way you are as a person, I think that you are doubting yourself a little bit too much. Like, I feel like you don't even believe it that you have it in you because I see it. Everybody else sees it. Like, people who follow you sees it. You know what I'm saying? I think if you stop worrying per se about, you know, what in Panama, because I'm gonna just give you my personal advice. When I first started YouTube, nobody wasn't listening to me. I had one subscriber, and that one subscriber was my son. Okay. And at that time, I was just trying to just get to 1,000. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna be happy with 1,000 subscribers. I'm fine or whatever. And so just like you, I noticed that when I would go onto YouTube and I would see, because I honestly, I didn't start YouTube really to even be what would be considered like an influencer or anything like that. I did it because I like talking, and I've always wanted to be, I graduated from the university in communication, so that's
Nice.
what I wanted to do, right? And just like you, the States is not any different. There were
So
few
many of
black,
you over there.
but yeah, but the opportunities are not as great either, because the publications, it may seem like there's a lot of opportunities, but the United States is very big. It's huge, right? And guys, if you are on YouTube or Instagram, make your way down to YouTube, because we're on YouTube. So the opportunities may seem like it's so much opportunities, but really it's like a needle in a haystack, right? I interned, and I'll just tell you this story, okay? I don't know if I ever said this story on my channel. I don't even remember. But when my last year of college, when I was going to graduate, I decided to do an internship. I don't know if you know what an internship is, right? The
Yeah.
comments are going in. And they hired a white girl with blonde hair, blue eyes. She didn't have no experience. They gave her the job right off the bat. That I felt so discouraged.
Get the mold.
Right. I felt so discouraged where I gave up on my dreams because they had me walking blocks to go buy somebody coffee. Okay, that was what they had me for, as okay, go get coffee, go get this. I didn't know, they didn't teach me anything, pretty much. So I kind of was just like, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. And then they had magazines at the time, like Vibe magazine, Essence magazine. But imagine those magazines, how many other black people are trying to fight to get into those positions, right? So just like you, I had the same experience or whatever. So with YouTube now, I don't know, somebody told me, my best friend told me, like, hey, like, why don't you talk about your experiences being a Panamanian, but living in the States, growing up in the States, moving back to Panama, give people your experience. When I logged into YouTube, I seen all kind of white people, okay? All kind of white people talking about Panama and how wonderful Panama is, giving their interpretation of Panama, and a lot of it was lies. Okay?
Yeah.
Well, no, I shouldn't say it's lies, because everyone's perception on reality is different. So their reality was much different from my perception and my reality. But what I saw was these YouTubers that were talking about Panama, that were white Caucasian people, they were going through the roof. Okay? They had so many followers, so many subscribers. People were just eating it up, right? But when I got on being Panamanian and telling the truth, they told me I was a liar. They told me, I even had Panamanian people on here saying, tú no estás haciendo nada por Panamá, okay? Same Panamanian people going in on me, right? And I don't talk about all the negatives.
Right there in the
I wasn't even talking about all negative things about stuff that goes on in Panama. I just tell the truth, like tell it is like what it is, right? And people were going off on me. But I say this to say, I may not have 30,000 subscribers or 50,000 subscribers, but guess what? My subscribers are loyal and they want to hear what I have to say. So I think just like with you, I think that you are limiting yourself on your potential, because I see the potential in you. If I didn't see the potential in you, I wouldn't have got you on here, honestly.
Period.
Okay, so I think that you need to give yourself a little bit more credit. I think you need to give yourself more credit, and I do think that you should go back to YouTube. Even though even your YouTube videos, I mean your TikTok videos, you need to upload them up to YouTube because I'm telling you, you have it. You just have to really like believe in you.
Maybe I could put it like on YouTube Shorts. Maybe that
Yes.
can go like people may watch it there.
You should. You should. Let's go to the comments. I know this is your friend, right? This person said, no, you just need to read your people and give them what they like. Gone is the time where you match the stereotype. Look at Sech. Exactly. Right? I am says, Sharon, has any of the Panamanian morning shows such as Telemetro, TVN, I also have also contacted you for an interview.
No, not really. And I don't think because the thing is that I'm not polemic. They usually bring those shows if they.
Your audio is going out, my girl.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. I'm not polemic, so I don't think I'm gonna be called to those interviews soon. But if I do, I'll let you guys know. I will. I'm down for
Girl,
it.
you on V Girl TV, honey. Okay,
Period.
you give it Renato right now because last week Renato was
Who
on
is
here
Renato?
talking. You don't, girl. How you don't know who Renato is? The godfather of reggae en español. Hello.
I'm not coming for Renato. I know who Renato is, but I thought that it was some other Renato. I didn't know
No,
that.
no, no, no. So on Friday, I had him on here, and he was like, "Yeah, hopefully I'm gonna be on MTV." I said, "Excuse me, you are on V Girl TV. V Girl TV. People know about V Girl TV, okay? Even though they're not subscribed to the channel. They're watching because my views in my analytics tells me that they're watching. So don't try to discredit me because you may feel like MTV is better than me, okay? No, I'm talking about
No,
Renato.
no, I'm humble and I'm very grateful for this opportunity. And what I really like about this is that I get the opportunity to do an interview in full English. That's something that,
Yes.
at least here in this country, I never thought that I was gonna ever have the opportunity to do that. So I like it a lot, and thank you.
Yeah,
I'm
girl. Just don't forget about the small people when you make it up there because
never.
you definitely are. Everybody just know that she was here first, okay? When she blows up and you see her on all the big TV screens, remember she was here first, okay? Mr. Camille says, V girl, I was looking for a page like you forever. I'm here to stay. And Sharon, yes, YouTube is for you. See, I told you.
Oh, I love it.
You need to go on
Search for my
YouTube.
YouTube as well.
You need to
I
go on
used to do
YouTube. And you need to go
I'm
back
gonna
and
come
start
back.
uploading videos. Yes, you do. You need it, okay? And maybe you need to speak in English. Maybe that's what your niche is, to speak in English. Maybe your niche is not Spanish, right? You're just not gonna
Maybe
have
not.
people in Panama like really like messing with you, but that's okay because the world is great and there are hundreds of other countries that speak English. So I definitely think that you should come back to YouTube. Guys, if you think that she should go back to YouTube, leave it in the comment section, okay? And before you leave, make sure you like this video, okay? Make sure you like this video because when you like this video, it helps the engagement and helps people discover who Sharon is, people who may not know who she is. So make sure, yeah, girl, you need to come back to YouTube ASAP, okay?
Coming back.
I am says, V girl, your future is prosperous, ongoing success. Oh, thank you so much. Mr. Camille said, Sharon, hush that. You're fire. You have the personality, and I see you're going places. Just don't cut nobody in that Uber.
Hey, they're coming for me, but I'm not confrontational. Even though I may look a little bit like spicy and stuff, but I will never cut anyone. I'm nice.
See, they're telling you that you need to come back to YouTube. I do. Like, guys, please, if you're not on TikTok, or if you just go to her TikTok page, if you understand Spanish, well, she speaks Spanglish, right? Go through her TikTok and watch the videos. I'm telling you, you'll be cracking up. And this girl has so much personality. Like, she has so much. She needs to be seen. She needs to be seen. This is why you need to be back on YouTube. Thank you.
What's
Now,
up
I
with
do want
that?
to say something because here in Panama, people are very judgmental when it comes to your hair, right? And you're always wearing colorful hair. You have the tattoos, you have this, and you have that. How do you think people judge you because of that?
Well, I don't really care. They judge me, but I don't pay attention to that. And if they're doing it, they're doing a very bad job at letting me know that they're judging me because I haven't noticed. But I started with the color for hair in January. I used to be very like subtle, maybe a little bit of purple in the back, or maybe one or two pink in the back, and then all of it in black. And I turned 30 last year, and turning 30 for me is a huge blessing, and it was a turnaround in life. And I was like, something, from today on, I'm living for Sharon and Sharon only. And whatever Sharon wants to do, that's what she's going to do. And if I wanted to have pink hair in front with all my afro coming out, I was going to have pink hair. And I've had green, blue, um, gray, purple. This is the most, this is the most recent one. But I started doing it more than anything is because I have an afro, and people like to talk about having afro, and that the afro is easy and that you guys don't have to take care of it. It's so difficult to take care of an
It
afro.
is. It
And
is.
it takes a lot of money and a lot of investment of your part and time for you to go out and just keep looking good. And if you could, and from what we have seen in my
Mike,
Instagram,
baby.
it's better now.
Yes.
I don't know what's wrong with this headset. So bad. Okay, but what you have seen in my Instagram, I like to go out looking good. Like you're not gonna look at me in the street and I'm not gonna be looking proper. So I started doing the braids because I needed a break from my own hair, and it has been a blast. But I'm giving it a rest in November now. I don't know if people are gonna recognize me now that I'm not gonna have like the color for hair. Maybe that will be better so I can get more stories. Because that's the other thing. By people recognizing me, they're behaving in the car because they don't want to be exposed. I don't be exposing anyone. I'm just sharing your story in a nice and funny way.
Okay, let's talk about dating because I almost forgot. We said we were going to talk about dating. Are you dating anybody to get in your
I,
business?
I'm not.
Why you sweating? Why you sweating, girl?
No, no, I'm
You
gonna get.
hot? No, 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 no. Because as soon as I ask you that question, all of a sudden you like wiping your head. You
Because
start laughing.
I'm like shiny, toy charol. That's when
Oh, yeah,
I get
okay.
here.
Yeah, yeah, right. So you're not dating?
No, nobody. I'm single, 100% single. Nobody likes me.
So, girl, I said the same thing.
No, no, no. I'm in a different path right now, and I'm so busy that if anyone likes me, they literally have to come and tell me in my face, like, "Hey, I like you," because I'm not searching and I'm enjoying what I have right now.
But do you think dating will be harder now that you are la guía del Uber?
Oh, for
Because there
sure.
are people that are they're opportunists, okay? And they will know who you are and they will date you or they will try to enredar you in order to, get close to you because they know that you have this level of success, right? So how do you how are you going to be able to tell the difference of who's there and who's not?
Um,
Uh oh, somebody said, see, I knew she was lying. I knew
no,
she was lying.
I'm not lying.
I knew she was lying.
He always try to call cap on me whenever I say I'm not dating, but it's true. I'm not dating anyone. And why would it be difficult for me right now? As I said it several times now, I have two jobs. And being in a relationship is a decision and it requires for you to have time. I barely have time for myself. I have to drive because if I pay for all my trips, I pay for everything that I want. I have my own house, I have my own car, I have a dog. It's like whoever's gonna date me, he has to bring a lot to the plate. And honestly, there hasn't been anyone that I see with the potential of bringing something that will be positive or enhancing to the lifestyle that I have right now. So if you're not
Girl,
bringing
I said that and it came from me too, girl. I had a
I,
whole
I,
video about dating in Panama.
I, and believe me, I got my whole life when I saw that video because I was like, yes, go preach. Hey,
No, they said I was fine.
I'm not saying that I'm paid because I'm not paid at all. I work for what I have. But you can't be broker than me. I'm sorry. And I'm not dating anyone that's broke. That's how I just stand. For you to be broke and for me to be broke, we're not doing anything. So for all of that, I just stay alone. I manage my own time. I don't have to be giving anyone any type of like how can I say it? Like reports of what I'm doing because nobody is going to believe the amount of hours that I drive. I drive 12 hours on the weekend, on Fridays, on Saturdays, and on Sundays. What? Who's going to have a relationship with somebody that like that? I wouldn't have a relationship with somebody that drives so many hours and that has literally no time for me. The other thing is that I live far, and if I gotta go see someone and it requires for me to move my car and spend my gas to go see you instead of you spending yours to come see me, I'm not gonna do all that. I'd rather stay alone and manage my own time.
Badina Bebe says your head is on straight. Stay as you are. First of all, what's this person's name? What is his name? Ty?
Tyrone, close
Okay.
to him.
He is telling all your business in this live streets right now. Okay. He's here saying, "Are
I
you
don't even know
sending
how he
shots?"
found this.
Okay. Are you sending shots somewhere, girl? Are you sending
I'm not
shots?
sending any shots. He knows about my past. That's the thing. Why he's talking and why he's commenting. I
But
mean,
I'm
I've
with
been there.
you.
I have some ex boyfriends, but that's it. But they're exes. That's it. Thank God,
How do you
exes.
feel about the dating experience in Panama? Like, I feel, I'm gonna just tell you this is just my opinion, okay? This is just
Hmm.
my opinion, okay? Don't come for me, okay? Because I feel like someone is going to come for my neck. So you know what? Whatever, it is what it is, right?
Should
I'm a straight shooter. I feel like dating in Panama is for the shits, for lack of better words, right? The reason why I say this is because I literally see with my own two eyes women who are okay with being damante, right? These men will go, have two different families. They have children with this woman over here, and then they're married over here, and then they have another querida over there, and then they just, and everyone's okay with this. Like, they are okay with this. Like, I don't know who watches my YouTube videos, so I'm not even gonna call. I'm not
no.
gonna put
And the
out my
worst part
neighbor.
is the worst part of all of this is they will get mad between each other, like the girls, instead of getting mad at the guy that is the one that is being the cheater and is the one that is getting within all the other girls. They will fight for the guy. No, they will fight for the guy between themselves instead of fighting him and leaving him aside.
They be fighting for the marido. Ese es mi marido. I be like, So I just stay clear of
So
the drama. So I feel you. That's what I'm saying. Like, as an influencer, you are on the rise. People are gonna try to come for you, girl. Like, men are gonna try to shoot their shot because a lot of
they
people
have it
are
hard.
clout chasers. They are clout chasers.
They have it hard. They don't even know. The thing is that um, I'm very proud of the tribe that I have surrounded myself with. I have an extensive amount of friends that I know that that the people that say okay, but I have a lot of friends. They're not really your friends, but over the years I curated my circle of friends so much that they're so possessive of me, to put it this way, that they want to go out with me, they want to hang out with me, and I don't have the time. Imagine me telling them now that I'm gonna date someone. It's they have it hard. Like for them to be able to get into my schedule. Literally, anytime that a conversation starts that I'm gonna go out or something, they're like, "But you're the busiest girl alive. You never have time for this. You never have time for the next." I'm like, I have time. You just like gotta let me know what time, like 2 weeks in advance. We're adults. Nobody got just time to just randomly go ahead and do something on the same day. At least not me, because I always have plans, and my plan is always to make money. So, because I always can get in my car and go drive and make money. I will decide if I'm not gonna do that. And if I know that you're not worth it, you think I'm gonna stop driving?
Wow.
No.
Mamacita, you are spicy. Okay, you are spicy. Bedina Beg says, I've commented on previous video on this topic. Indigenous men are quite friendly. Yeah, and they also drink a lot.
I mean, I won't date an alcoholic, but I don't have an issue dating a guy that drinks. 'Cause I
Do
drink
would
from
you
time
would
to time.
you would you date a Indian, an indigenous man? What does that mean,
I don't want to
honey?
get canceled so early on my career.
You love to keep it real, so this is the opportunity. Would you
No,
date
no,
an
I
indigenous
wouldn't.
man? You, why
No,
not?
because they're small. I'm tall.
How tall are you?
I'm 160,
Oh, I don't know what that is. You're gonna tell
161.
me in.
Five. No, I don't know it like that. If anyone in the comments know how to like do the conversion, you
What is
can.
it? What's
I'm
it? What is it?
160. I'm 169.
What is
That's like
that?
5'7", 5'8", something like that.
What 161 what? Like how do you what is it?
169, 1.69 meters.
Oh, he
5'7".
said 5'7". Oh, so we're the same height.
I'm tall. We're small.
Okay.
We can't
We
date.
are.
We can't date. I don't date smaller than me because I wear heels. I'm very high heels. I can't be with a midget beside me. Come on.
Jen Williams said, "Girl, when love hits you, you will never know. Don't lower your standards." And then here goes Ty again, commenting in this section, talk about black men only.
Ty, not even. He knows that.
First of all, black men in Panama don't even like black girls. I said it.
Period. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody has to say it.
Y'all gonna come for me, but I said what I said, and I'm always gonna say it. They don't like black women.
They don't. And if they like the black woman, she has to be skinny. She can't be fat.
I don't know because now I'm starting to see a lot of BBLs in the community.
That's the thing. I'm not gonna get into this because it's a very large topic. But you can be fat, but you gotta have a certain type of body. Like you gotta be curvaceous for them to want you. But
Girl,
if you
I don't
get
know
into
about
the
that.
curvaceous type, I'm telling you, I've been through this. I'm not. I'm done with dating. I saw a meme today that was like, "Can we go back to the ages when our parents used to choose our significant other?" Because I'm done. I tried. I didn't make it. I'm like I'm in that stage already. I'm like I'm willing to date whoever my mom wants at this point because I'm done. But I'm
So
not.
then you should date indigenous men then. You need to give the indigenous
No,
man a try. Yes.
no.
You could be blocking your love, honey.
I don't like them.
But what if he's really nice, girl? What if he's really nice?
It depends. But how indigenous are we talking about though?
The
Are we
ones
talking
from
about
San
like?
Blas.
Oh hell no.
Why wouldn't you date an indigenous man from San Blas? First of all, Ty over here talking about wait, I'm gonna go. Is this the friend that moved to the States?
No. He's been
Oh.
living here in Panama. I don't know why, because he keeps complaining about Panama, and he can go back to Panama whenever to the States whenever he wants. He keeps
He's,
living over here, but he
he
had a
says
baby, so he's stuck now.
he says I'm gringo. I love my black queen. Did he have a baby with a black woman?
Yes, he did,
Oh, okay.
and a very nice black woman at it. She's so nice.
Okay, because I was about to read him his rights. If you would have told me that he in here commenting talk about he love a black queen and he over here dating or having a baby by a cholita. Okay?
No, no, no. It was a black
So
queen.
okay, so we're not dating indigenous man. Okay, what about a mestizo?
Full. I will date him.
Okay. What about a chino?
There's some Chinese that look good, so yeah,
Okay.
and they hustle hard. They work a lot, so I'm open. I'm open to it.
Okay, what about a yeyecito?
for sure. I'm not trying to work for my whole life.
Wow, so you gonna marry for money, sis?
I would. I mean, I could cry in Dubai. I could totally cry in Dubai instead of crying in my room. Like, don't get me wrong.
This is the kind of stuff that she talks about on TikTok. And this is the reason why I'm even having this type of conversation, because she talks very freely on TikTok about things like this, right?
Struggle
So,
is not beauty. Struggle is not a is something that does not define us. If I get the opportunity for somebody to take care of me and for me to just sit at home drinking margaritas and with my Yorkie in my lap, I will take the opportunity, jump right into it. Believe
but you know
me.
that comes with other things. You know that, right? You're not just gonna get that
Yeah,
just like that.
I
You know
know.
that. Okay, as long as you know that. Ty again. Damn, trying to get the Carfax on me. I'm actually not trying to get the Carfax on you, but you are very live in these comments. And, I just want to make sure that you are practicing what you are preaching. That's it. That's all I'm trying to do. Right? So, what is your future? What's your future goals? What are you trying to do? How far are you trying to get with your TikTok? Like, what are you trying? Rick B in the building. He said, "Do you want sugar daddy?" Girl, let me tell you the sugar daddy story, okay?
Please,
I
I
was
want to make up my
talking,
mind.
yeah, you think about it, right? So I went to beauty school, right? Cosmetology
Uh-huh.
school, and there was a girl that went to cosmetology school with me. Her name was Denise, because I was telling my mom this story last night, as a matter of fact. Denise was the ghettoest girl that you would ever think of. So the whole conversation came up as we were talking about escorts, right? And who is escorts and who's not an escort, because that's clearly a big thing. Like there's a what is the word I want to say? There is a oh my God, what's the word? There's a market for escorts, right?
Uh-huh. I didn't
Especially here in
know,
Panama. Especially here
but
in Panama. So I was completely like blindsided when I found out that somebody that I knew was an escort, right? So I was just like, no, she can't be an escort. She's not an escort. And my mom's like, she's totally an escort. I'm like, she's not an escort. She's not an
how did
escort,
your
right?
mom know?
Because she's my mom. Like my mom said she was an escort, and a couple other people told me that she was an escort. But I genuinely did not know that she was an escort, because my mind is not on that. Like I just didn't know. Okay. So everybody was telling me that I was stupid. How did I not know? Whatever the case may be. So in my mind, I'm thinking like escorts. Like now, the escorts, they wear like really tight clothes or
You
whatever,
thought that they
whatever
were
the case may
like
be.
hookers in the strip club.
Yeah. That's what I
Escort,
thought.
escort will
So
dress
I
you
said to
like
my
me and you.
mom, exactly. So I told my mom, I'm like, well, how could she be an escort? She's always dressed really classy. My mom was like, oh my God, you are so stupid, right? So then I remembered back when I was like 20 years old, I went to beauty school, and there was a girl named Denise, right? Denise was the ghettoest girl from the Bronx. If you are in this live and you know where the Bronx is, the Bronx is the ghettoest part of New York City, in my opinion. It's ghetto, right?
That's where Cardi B is
She,
from.
yes, exactly, right? Um, so Denise was really cute. She was a cute girl, but she was just like good. She was just ghetto, like very hood. She was really petite. I think maybe she was like Dominican, and she was like mixed, but she was like trigueña. She had really nice soft hair, but she was ratchet, right? So every day after school, there was this old white man that used to always sit outside the school. Like there was like a bench that was outside the school, and he would always sit there and wait for her, right? She had a son that was 6 years old, mind you. She was like 20, and she had a 6-year-old son, right? The Bronx is bad. Stop it, okay? The Bronx is ghetto. She had a 6-year-old son, and she was like 21 years old, right? And the girl was driving, at the time, she was driving a Audi, right? Now, at
20 years
27,
old?
yeah, she was driving an Audi. So we would talk or whatever because we had to like group up to do like this project because we had to study for our exams, the state board or whatever. And she tells me that she's an escort. And so I was like, looking at her like, girl, you're an escort? Like, looking like that, you an escort? Like, huh?
Gather her.
She told me that the man that was outside that used to wait for her was her sugar daddy, right? Now this man had to be like 60 years old. No, he wasn't a pimp. He was just her sugar daddy. So basically what she explained was that he would give her an allowance every week. He would give her allowance and he gave her his car to drive. She said that she didn't have to do any extracurricular activities with him because he had a surgery and it kind of messed him up. So he was just looking for a companion, okay? And because he was looking for a companion, he was her sugar daddy, okay? But she had to live with him.
He can be that lonely.
Listen, I don't know. She said that he lived with his mother, him, and her son was living in the house with him, and that all his houses was in her name. So now with that being said, okay, since you made the comment, gal del Uber, okay, gal del Uber, okay, okay, you know this is live confessions, right? Since you said you made the comment that you would love to stay home and just be with your cat, your dog. I'm sorry,
my dog.
Would you mind being a sugar baby?
Not at all.
See, girl, see, this is what I'm saying. You can't have it both. You cannot have it both ways.
I will totally be a sugar baby. If what she said, if it's the case like Denise, that she didn't have to do anything, and she was getting properties put in her name, and she was driving an Audi around, and she was just basically living her best life, just being a companion. Hey, I can talk. Like, I honestly think I'm about to start TED Talks and stuff like that. That's my niche. So I will talk with that old man forever as long as.
But you gotta live with him. You gotta live with the old man. That's the thing. You gotta live with him.
We can live together. I don't need to sleep in the same bed with him. She didn't used to sleep with him.
Tyrone.
Ty, what are you talking about?
I'm about to block Tyrone.
You need to block him because he is going all the way off in his comments without no sense.
Okay, so you would totally be a sugar baby.
At this point, I would already worked for 31 years. Yeah. Most probably going to be working more.
She said, Rick B said she was giving sugar babe. She was giving sugar. Stop playing. I'm only telling you what Denise told me. And Denise said that she was not doing anything. Okay? So.
If the case is like Denise, I will totally consider it.
Okay.
Hey, working is the most ghetto thing ever, okay? We need to come to terms that working is so ghetto. Like, why are we forced to work? We need to do it because we need to survive and we like the finer things in life. But if we had a chance and we had the option not to work and be taken care of, whoever comes and tell me straight to my face, a mí, la Yal de Luis, that they would rather work than being taken care of, that's bullshit.
Yeah, I don't want to work either, girl. Trust me.
But
I don't know. I don't know about being under no nasty old crotches. I don't know about that. I don't know.
Well.
Who's from the Bronx? Denise, a whole damn lie. And she from the Bronx. Who is from the Bronx? Okay, I don't know what Ty's talking about. Okay. Well, that was hilarious. We got a little commentary that I found was so funny. But on all serious notes, we're getting serious now. Where do you see yourself going in the future with your TikTok, with your social media? Like, where do you see yourself going?
I gotta think a little bit about this one. Give me 30 seconds.
All right, go ahead. Like the question, let me be specific. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I always see myself in 5 years traveling, maybe not living in Panama, like permanently. Um, I see myself with money, like not banking because you never know. But if I was banking, perfect. But I see myself not struggling anymore, not having two jobs, and if I could be a TV host, that would be like a dream come true. But I don't have like a 5 year projection because I'm a Libra and I'm an overthinker and I put a lot of pressure on myself. And whenever I put like, okay, I want to do this in this amount of time, I give myself I mucho palo. Like I'm too hard on myself. So that's why
Right.
I don't try to do projections that long. I try to celebrate the little victories, and the only way to celebrate the little victories is by being present. I used to be like that, like, okay, in 5 years I'm gonna be doing this, in 10 years I'm gonna be doing the next. Nothing has happened, and as I said before, when I turned 30, I started just living not a day by day because I do have projections, but I like to keep my projections to myself. Some things gotta stay private,
I totally understand
but
and
I
I
see
totally
myself
get
there.
it. I do too, honestly speaking.
Thank you.
I'm being so honest with you. I do feel that way too. I think that you have something there. I think you have a gift. I think you're very special. I think that the world needs to hear you, and I feel like it's gonna happen. I really, really, really feel like it's gonna happen as long as you stay who you are, true to yourself, and be your authentic you. Because that's what made me like you. I never even met you in person, but that's what really made me fall in love with you was just your authenticity, just you being yourself, being your authentic self. So as long as you don't lose that, I definitely see you doing amazing things in the future. So I do want to
Yeah, stay
say
true to myself.
yes, I do. And I also want to see you on YouTube. But I will say thank you so much for coming on my platform. I really, really appreciate it. This live is actually going to stay up. So for those of you guys who are watching the replay, leave your comments in the comment section. See, IM says they agree also. If people want to follow you, what is your Instagram? What's your TikToks? What's your social media handles?
So I'm keeping this very on brand. All my social media platforms, in all of them, I am Sharon Simone, the way how it's spelled there, SHARYN Simone, and that's how you can find me on TikTok, on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, everywhere.
Okay, so guys, make sure you follow her on all her social media platforms. Um, I did do a vlog yesterday, guys, and I know you guys did not see it, so go to my channel and go watch my new vlog that's up. Make sure you hit the like button, and on your way out of here, make sure you're hitting the like button also. And if you're watching this on the replay, make sure you guys are hitting the like button on your way out. Thank you so much, Sharon, for joining me on my platform. And then next week, guys, we're going to have the first Black woman to win a beauty pageant here in Panama. She will be the next guest on our next week. Okay, so stay tuned for the flyer. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the mailing list so that you don't miss an update, because YouTube is playing with your girl. YouTube is playing with me. So I want to be able to keep in contact with you guys directly and not have to really go through YouTube. And yeah, so thank you so much.
Thank
And
you. Thank you for this opportunity.
you. Of course,
It was
babe.
a pleasure.
Anytime. If you need anything from me, let me know. Do not hesitate. Because I will definitely help you out any way I can. So,
The same my way. We need to do a video
bye.
after we talk together. Bye. Take
Bye,
care.
mama. The Image Boutique is located in the center.